man. That's a bad white boy, man.
Little Mo Films. You watching the Chitlin Circuit. Y'all know what it is.
Little more films.
What up, world? It's your boy Lil Mo Films, and welcome to the Chitlin Circuit. We got a special guest in the building today. I'm talking about one of the only young black men to win a state championship from a city school in Chattanooga. I'm talking about he stood next to Denzel Washington, man. Denzel Washington. I know y'all know who Denzel Washington is, man. And his words were so powerful in the movie that he didn't even have to say. He only needed a couple of lines to leave an impact in the movie, man. I'm talking about, look, man.
You see that, man? That's a bad white boy, man.
Not only that, he's giving back to the community, man. He teaching tumbling, something that a lot of our kids don't have access to in this area. You know what I mean? And this dude just always been on a whole nother level, man. I want to welcome to the platform, Aaron, Cherokee, Ellison.
Man, appreciate you. Thank you, man. That was you take me back down memory lane. And shout out to Tyner who just won. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Man,
yes,
I love
sir.
that.
We pulled it out.
That made me feel good, man. That made me feel good to see them do that. That was wonderful. That's wonderful to see going on in the city. Thanks for having me out, man. I see you growing up. You talking about me, man.
Come on, man. This is what we do, man.
Doing
I tell people all the time, man. I was blessed to be able to be a part of that Tyner Ram team, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to see what it feel like to win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, a lot of time us as black people, we don't know what it feel like to win.
Yeah.
And I feel like everybody on that team that won know in life that it's possible.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
You
like,
knew he was gonna win.
You see what I'm saying? It's possible.
It's possible.
So this your first time getting on here, bro. So I kind of want to start from the beginning, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So you from Chattanooga, born and raised, right?
Born and
West
raised.
side of town and all that.
My grandmama, she graduated from Howard High School. My granddad attended Howard. He grew up on North Chat, where y'all think y'all call it whatever y'all call it, North. What do they call it? We call it. See, that's how it messed up. We North Chat.
They call
you
it
know
something everything. Yeah.
We grew up in North Chat. My family grew up in North Chat. My mom, and then they went out to Brandon. My mom was part of the last schools that was Rebels. And my aunt was the first school to be a Panther.
Before they changed.
So they was right there. My family was there in the change.
A lot of people don't know their history.
They don't know
they
their
changed
history.
the Rebels. Why did they change that? Do you know?
I mean, cause we finna.
That's it. I'm saying some people might not know.
What did it change to?
Panthers. Yeah.
We see. So what y'all experience with the Black Panther, it ain't new. It's been giving us pride, and so they're like, you know what? We gonna forget the Rebels. We gonna be Panthers now. Boom. So, you know, that's my take on it. That's what I got.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can dig her in the dirt and find your other people probably say other things, and we can know we can put them together. But so then me, as you see the line getting pushed, I'm at Tyner. With Howard, Brandon, Tyner. So I'm coming up at Tyner through that. Whitmore, flipping. Eastdale is how I learned how to flip. I learned how to flip out there in Eastdale. When it was a school, it was a school.
I remember the pep rallies, boy. You used to come through flipping, boy.
Man.
I wish we had our old footage, man. I could play it right now.
Man. But like that's what I was doing. So by the time I got up in high school, I just kept, because we used to battle people, you know, and that kind of got me satisfied within movement and then dancing. And so now with what I do with Capoeira, it's like the two combined, you know. So
So just to speed up a little bit, you played ball. How did playing ball at Tyner and being a Tyner Ram, how did that affect you going into your endeavors when you got out of high school? You know what I mean? Like,
if I was to talk about me at Tyner, I also have to talk about me as a Brandon Bills.
There you go.
Because it started with, Brandon Bills with Stu, you know what I mean?
Coach Stu.
And so I'm coming up and I'm seeing how I'm being pushed, and I've learned to take, because I'm an artist first, but I've learned to take that and put that on the field and be me. So like, from my perspective, I wasn't really good at anything but being me, which allowed me to shine any single time I could, which I could have if I was bigger or if I was faster or, whatever, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, but I wasn't, so I just did with what I got. Because that's what artists do. They look at what they got and they deal with it. And so I learned how to change that into sports really quickly, which gave me an upper edge and, helped me protect my mental.
I got you.
And so when I'm coming up, it was just the same thing. Like it goes from me being a kid the kids who I thought was my rivals, my ops, now we on the same team.
Boom.
You know what I mean? And now we in the same middle school. We in the same. Oh, okay. But I've been studying them. So now I know their strengths and weaknesses. When I was playing against them, now I'm with them. I know how to put them in their strength. So it made it real easy to put people in their strength. And my thing is on the team, just you don't be the superhero. Be the person that put everybody in their strength. Make everybody the superhero, and you're gonna have a winning team.
Every time.
Hands down.
Every time, man. Every time.
Hands
So
down.
you it's like you on the high dial. We win the state championship. Hold on. I'm still at, you graduated.
Yeah.
I'm still at Tyner.
Yeah.
All I see on the news is former Tyner Ram state champion in the new movie with Denzel Washington. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, man, what you done did? I said, man. I knew you were going to make something. I said, I knew you were going to do something, man. And behold, man, we had to go see the movie. Remember the Titans. Look, I said, hey, bro, look, we watched that movie, man.
Yeah.
And they were so proud to see a real champion. We know what you went through. We know. We was there. And they had you on the screen on that team. Explain that, bro. What was that like, man?
Well, I'm gonna explain when I had to make the decision, because it's about decisions. Like, you don't get many choices you get to
Tell
make.
it from the beginning. Start. We want to hear the whole story. So look, let's ask it like this. How did you get in the movie from the get go? Remember the Titans.
So, finished playing school, graduated, and I'm like, all right. My plan was to go down to Georgia military, but I'm looking at my grades was but I can get them up. I'm like, go to a junior college, get my grades up, plus stay in Georgia for a while so I wouldn't pay out of state tax. Start calculating up my pockets, what I need to do, what I can do, and I'm like, it'd be best for me to go for a junior college. So then, and still have a residency because my dad lives there, go ahead and be like, I'm at this house. So that way, when it comes time for me to go to like other schools, I at least don't have to pay out of state tuition. So it's to get me in the state. And so I'm there in Georgia, and I'm registered to go to school, and I also was with Ambiance. Okay. They called me and they was like, "Here's a number." Well, see, they wasn't my agent; they were my school, which is different. So they educate me. Once I'm done, anything I do is me. Yeah. It's all my money. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they didn't even have to call me and tell me what's going on. They could we done got his money, and they was like, nah, you down there, go down there. And so, and I'm being peeped to the game. I'm not even realizing the importance of that. Yeah. So I'm coming to the game as an independent. But anyway, so I back up. So I'm like, I'm supposed to go to school. And I'm going to actually go to register for school. No, go to my first day for school. I get a phone call. I come back in. It's the remember the Titans like, we need you down here. I'm like, okay, when do y'all need me down here? They're like, yesterday. And I'm like, shit. Okay. So I get on the bus. I'm like, all right, I'm going to school. Or I'm going down here to see what this movie talking about. I don't know who's in it. Yeah. you know what I mean? I don't know who's in it.
You rolled the dice.
I was like, man. And I just had to make a decision. I got on that bus, and I gave myself until the train. Till it was time for me I had to make a decision by then. Yeah. So just sit and just ride. Yeah. Just go through the motion, just ride. Just go in the direction you're supposed to go. And then when I got there, I was like, I looked at the school, because it was like right there. And I'm like, nah, I can't stay on the bus. And I went on, man. I went in. It was out there Buckhead. They had this up in Buckhead. So I go in. It's actually the stage. They made like because it wasn't no Hollywood in Atlanta.
Atlanta at the time.
Yeah. It wasn't no. They had imported everything.
No Tyler Perry. Yeah.
Nah, they was getting Tyler Perry. He was building. He was on his way, but he wasn't there yet.
You know, stage stuff.
This was before Katrina. Was it?
Yeah.
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 God.
This was before Katrina.
You know what I'm saying? So this for all of that. And so I went in and it was the dressing room, and they started getting me fitted and stuff. I got my headshot, and she just took out my hands like, okay, come back tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, we started shooting. Yeah. And it was a really good experience because it made me check who I was going there. Yeah. Whole, it's just me. I ain't got no mom. I ain't got no dad. It's just me on the bus. Yeah, what are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? Which is a whole nother situation, a whole nother story. And so, but football also prepared me for that. You know what I'm saying? When that ball snap, they come around your end, everything come your way. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
Are you gonna buckle down, or you gonna, you gonna take fight or flight? You know, whichever one you want to do, what you gonna do? So, but man, football is always there. You know what I mean? Like, but at the same sense, it's always in the artist's perspective.
Yeah.
Because to me, this is where most of my arguments happen, right? Your best sports players are artists. That's the reason why you watch them.
Yeah, yeah.
You watch like, oh, he make it look like Matt, he make it look like blah blah blah. That's an art. That they're an artist. That's why you watch them.
They freestyle.
Yeah, right.
Freestyle artists.
So that shows you the power of art, not to be compared with sports, but be integrated with sports, because now your mind can see things in multiple different frequencies. So I like to try to ask us to not even compare the two.
Yeah.
Just let the apples be apples, oranges be oranges, and I can make me a good apple orange juice if I want to.
I did that. Yeah,
You know?
you're right. You had to have your own flavor.
Yeah.
So me being in the film, man, and I never been a part of no big set like that, like with that many people and stuff like that. So I was always wondering, like, so y'all really was y'all really playing for real? Was you out there was y'all like, what position was you playing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, was it like that, or was it like y'all just,
For some, it's good you asked that.
See what I'm saying?
For some it is. For some it is. Everybody had a place.
Yeah.
So you had people who were in the who played arena ball. Mm-hmm. They also work with movies because that's also how they make money.
Gotcha.
They're body double. Mm-hmm. So where you see like us, like I was considered a feature extra. I was an extra because, but then I became a featured extra because they needed us throughout the whole movie.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I got a speaking role. What they did was no. It's another terminology in there, but I wasn't just an extra. And then when I came a feature extra, when I got the speaking role, and they got that from the people who were there on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
Not to mention, shout out to Denzel Washington for taking a pay cut so we can get paid more.
Dang.
Real talk.
Dang.
Real talk.
That's real right there.
Real talk.
So how was Denzel, man? Like, did you get to talk to him? Did you meet him? Like, what was that experience like?
Several chances.
Tell him about that.
The first one. We was at Berry College because that's where we shot the graveyard sequence, right? We was at Berry College, and it was pretty spread out. So we was in the cafeteria, so it wasn't like a lunch booth where everybody have to come. You see more of Donald Faison, you see Wood,
Wood Harris.
Yeah, Wood Harris. You see them when it's like a line, when you got to go to a certain spot. But then when we there, they pretty much have their trailers and stuff. So we don't even see them that much, but we crunk over here. So they want to come and see what hang out with us because we just keep it interesting. And so one time I come down, I get in line, I sit down at the table. Nobody was at the table. I promise you, I was like the first person to sit down at the table. Just put my tray down. Next thing you know, a shadow came and sat right next to me. I looked over. It was Denzel Washington. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna eat my food. I just kept eating my food because I don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to mess up this opportunity. You don't want to, it's like sometimes you have to really.
Nigga, this Jesus Shuttleworth daddy, nigga.
But what I'm saying, but people, he a human too.
Yeah.
He go through stuff too. Like his son is in California. He flying back and forth. I don't know what. Like he might just want to and I might ask the wrong question. You know what I mean? And just automatically assume we have this bond, but it's a one-way bond. So I kind of, when I get in those situations, I don't jump the gun. But then everybody else came around, they started talking. I was like, oh shoot. And I'm just sitting right next to him. See, he sat down there, and look, he sat down next to me, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? So I ain't really have to say nothing, And so I just played it cool, and I got to talk to him, ask him questions. He was just talking to us about the business, because you want to make sure people are prepared and ready to talk about stuff like that. You don't just
jump into it,
Yeah, so that's how you get more information from people. You know what I mean? Because they want to be respected as a human being. Just because of other people's expectations, we shouldn't treat them any different.
Yeah.
I mean, because I'm at the game and I see Donald Faison. We sitting here talking for hours because this the shot. We got to be next to each other because he about to get mad or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I have to see him jump in and out of character to deal with the people, and I'm like, man, I was like,
dang,
that's a lot. That's a lot of mental shifting.
Yeah. Yeah, Harry talk about that a lot too, man.
Yeah, that's a lot. So I mean, it was
his experience though.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
So
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Denzel, I gotta say this about Denzel. We was, you know, folks from the street, they gonna bust freestyle. Like, so we in there just rapping the thunder. You know what I mean? Like, I think so Atlanta was jumping at the time. So you had everybody in there want to rap. Man, Denzel came in there and shut it down, dude. He walked in, and I'm like, cause we walked in.
Was the freestyle?
Yes, man.
Was it freestyle?
Man, yes, it was freestyle. Like, we stopped. And then, like, he must have heard what we was doing, and he just came right in, right on beat. I was like, oh my God.
You remember what he said?
I can't remember what, man. It was so, it was.
You hit it though.
Yeah. And it was on time too. It was on time too, man. Yeah, man. So yeah, much. It's a lot of gems, and even thank you for even talking to me about it, because as I think back at it, I can recall some of the stuff that I did miss.
What's some of the gems you got just from watching them, man? Like something that you done took with you since that time.
That I got personally,
yeah, just watching, just being in the atmosphere, just watching Denzel, and Faison. And Will Harris. This Avon, but you right there with Avon Barksdale, man, and you right there with Paid in Full. You feel me? Like, come on, man.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, Will Harris, so I'm riding. You remember that great truck I used to have?
With the box.
Yeah, with the box in it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm riding the great truck with the box, about to pull out. And then I see Will Harris pull up, because we just wrapped in Barry.
Yeah.
So I'm about to head back up the chat, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so, but before we going to go and hang out, it was like Applebee's or something like that. Mm-hmm. And they in the trailer, so they don't have rides. So he got to catch a ride. So I see him up. He ride with me. I'm bumping. Look. Will Harris in the great truck. I'm gonna tell you this: Wood Harris listen to Red Collar Young, because that's my homie, and that's what we bumped over there. And we got up there. It was so crazy when we got there, man. Another friend, Reginald Muhammad. He's a comedian. He's do the voices and stuff.
Yeah.
By the time we got to Applebee's or Chili's or whatever it was, he was on the mic. I'm talking about people. He was doing a whole stand-up bit. Dang. Like, I mean, we just took over, man. We just took over, and it just reminded me, it don't matter where you are, be who you are, and just bring in joy. Like, the funny part is, we was acting niggerish, but everybody was enjoying it.
Yeah. Ain't no right. Yeah.
We brought joy just about who we are on the street and how we do, and boom, boom, boom. We came in, everybody like, y'all coming back? We like, nah, we finna go home. Like, nice meeting you too, lady. Like, but it kind of helped take that expectations of how we supposed to act. For me, that was a big one of how act how you want to act, but just be responsible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, because we were breaking rules. We was going back there filling up our cups. But it's a bunch of us.
Just kicking it.
That waitress, she ain't got time to come right here, man. Which button?
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And so, but you do it with that love. And a lot of people try to say how we do things is wrong. It's like, nah. If you check our heart, we always come with love. You should check that first.
Just might not understand it. Yeah.
Because I speak a different language.
That's it.
Yeah.
I deal with that all the time, bro. You ain't lying about that.
Yeah.
Man. But yeah, man. So you got into instructing.
What, you talking about capoeira?
Bam. Whew. Tell them about that. I've been seeing so much about it, like on the internet. You know what I'm saying? I was like, it seemed like he really trying to push this. Like, and me personally, I think it's good, because we don't have swim teams in the hood. We don't have hockey teams in the hood. We don't have rugby teams in the hood. We don't have
capoeira.
You see what I'm saying? In the hood. So we need people who know about that to offer that. Because you never know, there's so much talent out there. You know what I'm saying? That's a lane that we missing.
Well, see, for me, excuse me, when I first saw it, it was on TV. It was Only the Strong. It wasn't. There was nobody I knew who actually could tell me what it was. Right. And that was when I was in middle school. Right. Go all the way up. I'm breakdancing. I'm always into the physical. I used to go down to Dalton to break, not Dalton, but Rome, like Lafayette and the area and all that stuff. Yeah. It's mad breakers in those patches in the country, man. Like, because the city went to hip hop. The city went to on their feet dancing, up rock, right? Yeah. So the country boys, they went to the groundwork. So in order for me to study, I had to go, no lie. In order for me to study, I had to go out there to the white boys, and we had to study together. On some Wu-Tang, on some this, and it had the turntables down there, and the floor was all messed up. The kitchen, you could see shoe marks, because it was the breaking out. It was the b-boy house. You know what I mean? That was the only
And
place
it's crazy that cardboard slid right when you
I
said
know,
that.
right?
That-
Look,
I
there
knew
it
it
is
was
right
for the
there.
same.
There it is right there.
That's crazy.
And so I had to go study. And so I went down there studying. Then I went up to end up moving to New York. So I'm like, shoot, checking my pockets. I ain't got no money. I don't have no money to go to no class. No. Well, what do you do when you don't have no money? You learn from the streets.
Yeah, you figured out.
So I went to Union Square.
Yeah.
And Union Square, Sunshine had his radio, and every day we would break. It was like, it's the Mecca. I'm in the Mecca of breakdance. That's where I studied. That's where I studied, up there. Everybody come through. Iron Man come through. I mean, like, you just have like so many people because, I mean, it's Union Square.
And you're right, man, because I tell young men all the time, and I'm glad you brought this up. I tell young men all the time, if you don't get complacent where you from and where you live at, because if you trying to sell boats, you can't sell them in the desert.
Can't sell them in the desert.
You got to go where the water at. And for you to want to do dance, you had to go where they was dancing at. You had to go to the water, and you went to the Mecca.
But see, I ain't even go for that. I just knew I had to dance to live. It's like, I'm here. I need to dance. I gotta move.
I know how to do this.
Yeah, I know, and I have to express myself. So where can I go where I can express myself? I'm up here, and I know my history. So let me pay homage to those who came from me, and that ended up being a space where I can dance and where I perfected my craft. And so then the Capoeira group came through. And this one guy, so when I was breaking, let me back up. When I was breakdancing, this guy, he was like, I can't remember what his name is, but he told me, he was like, do you do Capoeira? I'm like, nah. It's like, what's that? He was like, oh, it's this dance fight thing, but you just look like, the way you move, you look like that. I'm like, no, I don't even know what that is. And then a group came through, like about 2 months later. He was like, that's Capoeira. This way. And I looked at him, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I could start seeing what and I wanted to go, but my first thought was, I know I can't afford it.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't even go then, because I'm like, no. I mean, like, unfortunately, the group that I seen at that time space, I don't know what it is and how it's been on its entirety, but that time space, there was nobody there who I could relate to.
I dig.
And that I could feel like I can, or even gave me eye contact. And so I was like, all right. So I end up staying in New York, and then I moved to Atlanta. But in Atlanta, I'm working with my dad. My dad has his construction company. You know, that's my, you know. So I got money in my pocket. What I'm gonna do? I found the first Capoeira class I could find.
Yeah.
Went down there. He out in the West End, and I was just going, man. I was just going. I would go and build houses, brick block houses in Georgia where kids are dying from playing, you know, from the heat and stuff like that. And I would do that all day and then turn around and go to class. And then, you know, public transportation, thank God. Yeah. You know, because I had to, you know, get a car and stuff like that. So I was able to use public transportation and just putting in work. And when I came up here, the Chattanooga, I was not planning on teaching. I just seen an ad asking, saying that they're gonna have classes. So I'm like, all right, well let me keep an eye on this Facebook ad, right? And so months went by, and I called, and I'm like, yo, what happened to the Capoeira class? You know, because in my head, it's different types of Capoeira. I'm like, is it Regional, is it Angola? Who is this? I'm like, who is doing what? You know, because it can vary. I can love it or hate it, depending on who it is. Yeah, exactly. So I'm asking her these questions. She was like, you're the only person that ever called about it. You the only person in the city that knows the most about it. Do you want the job?
Boom. That ain't meant to be.
Man. And so my wife was like, yeah, he want the job.
She in the background, he
want the job. You know, because like she asked me, what am I going to do? She was like, are you going to do Capoeira for the rest of your life? I'm like, yeah. She's like, then you should find a master there and become a master. She's like, even if you don't, who cares? At least be on that road. And as long as, because you said you're going to do it forever. So you should want to better yourself forever. So you should eventually want to become a master of some point at some time. Yeah. You know, and that's just real talk, no arrogance, just straight up and down. And so it made me really pour into it. And I started pouring into Capoeira, and I designed my company, Moving Groove Kids, to where we're going into, it's hard to teach people stuff of culture when they don't think you deserve to know it. And if you're a local nigga, that's code for you don't know enough culture shit to open your mouth. Shut up. I'm the teacher. You're the student. Well, I'm proving them that's wrong. I'm proving them that you can be from somewhere and still have a global view and still be a local nigga and still be okay with being that because you know everything that else that you are too.
That's real.
So I have to go back, and even that's even talking to my people. So much so that I have to train babies because we live in a society where dancing is feminine, feminine is blah 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 and blah 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 blah. I don't want my son to dance. Like, that's real talk.
Yeah.
I don't want my son to dance because dance, you ain't supposed to dance. I'm like, damn, but you a Nigerian though.
Ain't nothing wrong. Yeah.
Damn, you a Haitian though. Damn, I mean, I'm talking about people from all over the place come in with that same freak. I'm like, whoa. And then I'm supposed to bow down. Now I know a little bit more history than what you think I know. And I'm an artist. So when God, listen, I'm so much so an artist. Here's my belief. God created. Boom, stop there. He's an artist before he became a God. So if you ain't creating nothing out of nothing, you ain't nothing.
Boom.
Just like that. So that's how much I believe in artistry and being an artist.
And it's your boy Ghost, holding it down for the Rich brand, baby. And today, we're going to talk about our customized pieces. What we have here is the denim jackets. Oh, that's straight fire right there. We also have the baseball jackets. And we also customizing hoodies to match your J's. So all you have to do is hit us up on our platform and get your
But anyway, so I made sure that I'm making sure that I teach my people, and I came up with this thing called an in-reach program. Because everybody's like, outreach. Well, guess what outreach program do?
We gonna do the in-reach.
Yeah, but outreach take the money out of the people. They share the money with them? If the outreach ain't sharing the money, I don't care what you doing. You having fun, you dance. Yeah, my kids taught you some dancing. My kids taught you that they poets. My kids told you this. Yeah, they played this. We been doing that. That ain't nothing. What we ain't been doing is getting the money.
Yeah, you right.
So if you ain't trying to give us the money, then we don't even, you gonna come in. We can have fun without you, and we can count our own heads, and we can do this without you, and we can actually lift up the whole hood so for a real oil change, not this stuff that you trying to do.
That's facts. That's facts.
So, but I got to make sure I get it to my people, because once I start leaning towards the money, people gonna come. People pay you to shut up. You want to see people start talking, start making some noise. They're gonna pay you, and then be like, okay, now shut up.
Yeah.
They will. But my freedom lies in my artistic ability, including speech. So I ain't no shutting up.
That's why they ain't gonna never stop you, bro. They can't. You know what I'm saying? They can't stop brothers like you, man.
And so I'm here in Chattanooga, building Capoeira Chattanooga. It's a team of us. My son, he's a big.
Stick your head in, dog. Stick your head in real quick. Just stick your head in.
This is my son, Cherokee.
I'm
Aaron Cherokee,
like
Ellison, Coach Cherokee.
Just lean in.
This right here is Cherokee, the one and only original.
There you go.
You know, that's setting the trend. You know.
So how they can find it, man? Like what they need to do if they got kids that's interested in it? Or y'all do adults too? Or
yeah.
Tell them what you got.
So we look up for us on Capoeira Chattanooga. Within that, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, and that's really all ages. From that, you can connect with us with Moving Groove Kids, and that's usually for the younger kids. Whereas now, I ain't gonna tell y'all what we're doing. Y'all gonna see what we're doing next. But for the kids, for the younger kids, we have classes coming up at Rise Chattanooga, starting this year, starting next week, as a matter of fact. Also on Highway 58, and we'll put the location right next to Tasty King. At Rise Chattanooga is 2901 Taylor Street. Okay,
we're gonna be on the bottom of the screen right here, y'all.
And that's gonna be at Rise Chattanooga. And then my spot on Highway 58, I'm also with Future. We rocking together.
Okay.
And the one on Highway 58 is 4621 Highway 58. It's right next to Tasty King's Donuts. If you know where Little Caesar's Pizza. What is that? Little Caesars? Little Caesars. It's right across Highway 58.
Close to where Subway used to be?
Yeah,
got you.
It's right across Highway 58 of that.
Okay.
Come out there. We out there on Thursdays and Fridays.
What time they need to be there?
5 o'clock.
5
5
o'clock.
o'clock. I'm gonna have a kids class at 5 o'clock. Adults class starts afterwards. And that rise, I'm gonna start focusing on a tumbling team. You know, because a lot more kids, they're flipping, they're tumbling. I see kids breaking their arms because they don't know what to do. You know, in the street, I'm like, how you get the cast? Oh, I was teaching myself how to do a black handspring. Who was teaching you? YouTube. Oh, okay. Come to my class.
Yeah.
You know, so we're gonna be teaching that rise so we can keep our kids safe, so they can learn how to do it. They're heartless, they're fearless, they're gonna go for it. So they just need the proper guidance, and that's what I'm here for. And the thing is if we keep our kids moving at a young age, then they don't have to start. They are already moving when they get older. So all the problems that we have, they're not gonna have.
Health-wise.
Exactly, health-wise. And we're supposed to try to do that on 360.
Anyway.
They supposed to be better than us. Our kids supposed to be better than us.
Every generation.
We cannot fault them for being better than us. We have to expect them to be better than us. We can't down them because they are. So that's how I look at it. So my job is to make them better, to give them information. That's the only thing that's stopping them, because that's the only thing we need. I went from the street, got all this stuff, even Capoeira. I'm teaching it over MTSU.
Man, yeah.
So like from the hood to the good, from the city to the woods, like this is Cherokee land. I'm teaching it, you know. As long as I'm here, I'm gonna be giving it, you know. And I just want to make sure I give it to everybody equally. But,
Yeah, that's big, man. That's big, man. Like I said, I really feel like we've been needing that. You know what I'm saying? And in the hood, like I've been seeing people, they got canoeing going on now, all types of like different avenues now cause you get so limited when you just like I done been rock climbing. They done got me rock climbing every look. Guess what? It's so different. That man, it's strategic. Like you for real gotta figure. And we don't even know nothing about that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's powerful. I feel like you always been like that. You always came the whole other, you like, y'all gonna do this? Nah, I'm gonna do this. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? That's powerful, bro. And you in your own lane. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, I've been asking this question.
Okay.
What do you want to see in your life for the next 5 years? What do you want to speak into existence? Words are powerful. Speak it into existence.
I want to see crews, whole crews, all the way through. Crews rise up together. Not just one, not just two. You ain't plucking us. We ain't feathers. I want to see the whole bird come up and the whole bird be healthy. The whole bird, the whole hood. I want to see hoods rise up, man. Like on some positive shit, for real. Like whichever avenue that y'all can get together, like it's because when they pluck us one, then they're the hand. But when we all together, nah, man, get your hands off me.
We finna fly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what so once again, Capoeira, you'll see. I'm taking some to Brazil. Come to class. Listen. I gotta go to Brazil. I ain't been yet.
Yeah.
Whoever say whatever they want to rock, we will figure it out. But if you ain't around,
how you gonna know? You gotta be in the room, baby. You gotta be in the room.
You gotta be in the room.
You gotta be in the room.
Like I'm talking about global exposure. Cut out the middleman. Like cut out the Uncle Sam all the way.
Get straight up.
Like go to a whole nother country communicating on a frequency that they don't even they got to listen once they see us because they haven't been told our story, so they don't know we exist. So once we walk in the room, they like, who are they?
Exactly. It's true. It's real life.
Like, oh wait,
nah,
they ain't the American black dudes y'all been showing us. Nah, we ain't them.
That's it. For real.
You know. So,
for
but
real. I'm glad you said that though, cause I gotta ask you this. Hold on, you made me go you made me go hold somewhere else, but I gotta do it, cause I feel like you a hip hop first. What you call it? Not a taster. What they do? They.
I'm a b-boy.
No, they I know not a critique.
Connoisseur.
That shit.
I don't know. I mean, you a part of it.
Like you. I feel like
you got the. You
I
can
feel
say
like
something.
both of us kind of hip hop How you say the word? I don't want to say it wrong.
I say I'm a B-boy. I got into capoeira through breakdancing. I teach capoeira.
I'm getting to a question. Okay. How you say that word?
Connoisseur?
Connoisseur? Curator.
Curator.
Okay. A hip-hop curator.
Yeah, I would say curator.
Okay, yeah. All right, so I would consider you a
homemade hip hop historian.
A homemade, there you go.
A homemade hip hop historian.
I consider you a homemade hip hop historian. You know what I'm saying? In your opinion, you know what I'm saying? Looking at people like Young Thug and YSL and they going through this RICO cases and all this stuff, and all these rappers dying. They dying. Gangsta Boo just passed away over fentanyl. The other young rapper Scott just died. The one young man got shot in the Waffle House. I mean, not the Waffle House, the Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. Young Dolph, Mo 3, all this stuff going on. Where did we go wrong, bro? Where did we mess up at? Can we fix it?
We started talking to the wrong people. You got to remember, you got to stay talking to who you talking to. And you need to talk to who you can build with, not who you can't build with. Once you start talking to people you can't build with, then you're asking people who you can't build with to help you try to build something, which means you're actually asking them to destroy something. You look at Lauryn Hill, she was on top of the hill until she started asking questions. Well, why you say it's for your people? Like, damn, well, I got to answer all these questions. No, I wasn't talking to you. My accent is messed up, I wasn't talking to you. If my language was messed up, I wasn't talking to you. If my tone is messed up, I wasn't talking to you. If I say too many cuss words, I wasn't talking to you. Just stay talking to who you talking to. You do that, now they don't have your lingo. So how they give you RICO charges? How they know your language? To even say you doing something or not doing something. It's a coin. So for every right that's wrong, you know what I mean? So I'm not saying that people ain't getting caught up in their own shit, but if they can't understand what you're saying, how they tracking your words? We let too many people come in and tell us, oh yeah, do that. Oh, what this mean? What this mean? Nah, man, it mean from the window for the wall. What do you mean? I don't know. It's a song. Just dance. He ain't talking to you. Just dance.
If you don't know what it means, yeah.
But we gotta explain everything. So here's one thing. You really want to you might want to cut this one out.
Nah, run it.
How are we gonna stop people from learning our language when we have these outreach programs coming in talking to our kids? That's how they get our lingo. That's how they know whose daddy's doing what and blah, 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 whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, and where to look. Because they coming in and doing these little TikTok with our kids and stuff. Boom, 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 wait, hold up, man. So now they just get used to just saying this and blah, blah, blah. Like, wait, hold up. I'm not saying to not say it, but I'm saying you got to understand what it's doing to your community. Like when we talk, we move stuff. Stuff happens. And if it happens in the wrong way, people get hurt. You know, as far as the young kids who's out here, if somebody's riding with you, it's just that they are riding with you, meaning you're responsible for their safety. You got to make sure they get home, regardless of what you're riding to do. The person that's riding with you, you have to make sure that person get home. Which means if something go down, it's on you. Gotta stand up. It shouldn't be no snitching, because it should be 100. Like we should know what happens when we do bad stuff, and then we chose to together. And then I tell that stuff echoes back home. But if I do wrong stuff in my homie, and I'm like, you know what, this is me. All right, I'll take it. That keeps stuff from happening back home. You can't.
It's a trickle effect. It's a ripple effect.
But outreach people ain't gonna tell you that because they don't either they don't know or they don't care.
They don't care.
And I ain't trying to sound like goddamn, you know what I'm saying? A movie, Boys in the Hood, like. But it's real.
The truth, though.
It is.
The cube was on or something, wasn't it?
It is. It is.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Control and own yourself. Y'all, these youngsters are trying to get to freedom. That's it. They ain't trying to enslave nobody else. They're being tricked into enslaving other people because they're not taught the whole game.
You think Young Thug finna go to jail, bro? You think it's over with for him, or you think he gonna shake it?
Honestly, I don't know enough about the situation to even say.
I got you.
But I know if he have enemies,
Yeah.
They should, according to how stuff work, they are setting up to talk or to make sure they get the proper outcome that they want, because that's what they all do.
That's the game. Yeah.
That's the game, you know. So,
well, I just wanted a different opinion, man. You know what I'm saying? From normally I got niggas walking the hill with sticks on their hip and goddamn with gold teeth and shit. You know what I'm saying? I want a different perspective. You know what I mean on this topic. You know what I mean? Cause it's kind of crazy, man, where this hip hop thing done went to, bro. Like I don't know, man. I thought it would be getting better by this time, but sometimes I just feel like stuff got to get bad before it get good. You know,
But see, you got to ask yourself, why we still not with jazz like we was with jazz?
That's what I'm saying. All that.
Why we not with blues?
The blues too.
So what's the common factor though?
The
people keep following us.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
People keep following us, trying to be us.
We the biggest genre across the world.
Perhaps we need to move on.
Yeah. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? They dominating. I'm gonna go to the other side. Well, why y'all go? Well, why you asking? Why ain't y'all listening to blues? Why do you want to know? Because we over here doing hip hop now. They doing hip hop. I'm over Afro beats, blah blah blah. Yeah. I like my space. You know, I don't like to be manipulated. Yeah. And everywhere certain people go, they manipulate. So as soon as I see them show up, I'm like, oh, it's good. And that's me being. I am sensitive. And I allow myself to be sensitive. That's how I read shit. I can feel this wind. I am sensitive to stuff around me, to spirits, and I allow myself to that. And it's very masculine to be sensitive.
It's a part of
you know what I'm saying?
It's a part of people.
I allow myself that. And if I feel a certain way about it, I'm just kind of mosey on over. Yeah. But it's not always so, especially when you start going out the country. You start realizing that, oh, it's here and it's blah blah blah. And man, tell you,
change the game.
So. Yeah, like I'm glad you asked me, and I'm honored to be here. And I'm not any different than any other person that you had on.
I already know, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I already know,
and that's for everybody to know. Yeah. You know, I mean, Chattanooga raised me.
Went through. Like you such a breath of fresh air, bro. Like as far as like different, you know what I'm saying? Like different. I feel like I be wanting some of my audience to see different people. Like different type of people, and it don't get no motherfucking different than the Cherokee. You hear me? You know what I'm saying?
It ain't different though.
Everybody different though.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
But you get it. You see what I'm saying? Like everybody different. So I want them to see that different. Like I want them to see that because I can't do that. I can't.
Tell them come out. Tell them we got an event January the 29th.
There you go.
We having a workshop for those who want to join the workshop. We having a Capoeira workshop. I have Zulu.
Hey, look, I'm gonna come through, man. One day, look, I just be moving, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was supposed to came to one thing, and I was trying my best to make it, bro.
Yeah, that was the music. Yeah, that was the music.
You know what I'm saying? I couldn't make it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, but I'm gonna get there. I promise you, I am. I'm gonna get there, bro.
Okay.
I'm gonna participate in everything. I just want to see come support. You feel me?
Like
I'm gonna film a vlog. Like, look, man, this what we doing today. You know what I'm saying?
Please.
So I'm gonna pull up, man.
Yeah, because we got to document this too.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up.
Okay. Well, yeah. So for everybody else, you know,
I'm pulling up. I got it too.
He already caught.
I'm showing, bro. I'm show and prove. You know how we rock, man. You know how we do.
And you would see it's so much like hip hop that is unspoken. For me, Capoeira, I consider Capoeira the grandfather of hip hop.
Okay. See, I gotta get in there. You gotta put me on game.
It's with hip hop, you have the elements, right? You have you have the b-boys, right? You have your MCs, you have the DJs, and you have the graffiti artists, and then you have knowledge. You have the whole network kept it together. They take knowledge away, and then they can sell the other four also separately. So within Capoeira, you have the dance or the fighting. So it's two part right there within the movement.
They're battling. Battling.
You also have the MC because you have singing. Now they are conducting the horda. They are manipulating the music. You have what's going on. You have storytelling. They're telling stories. You might want to see somebody play who don't want to play, so you start talking about how they played the last time. And so I'm like, I want you to play him, but a whole game is going off already. It's just like all of that stuff involved. It reminds you so much of what hip hop had lost, and that's why I love it so much. You know, I see. It's like it has a good formula. Capoeira has, in its hold, in its pureness, it's a good formula that you can put anywhere to strengthen anything. Like, so, you know, Jurassic Park, right? You remember how they had parts of the DNA that was missing?
Yeah.
And they used DNA from other places. Capoeira is the DNA from the Jurassic Park DNA.
For hip hop.
That y'all, for anything.
anything.
Promise you, anything. I'm listening to some of the music down there, and I'm hearing the hip hop in Brazil go, and I'm like, wow. But then I'm like, wow, that's Capoeira though. Yeah. Like how they hold the notes and they just
you'll
like,
see that sometimes in movies too, man. Like on like the Hidden Dragon, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon type stuff when they might just they be hitting the sticks, but they dancing though. Like they ain't trying to hit each other. They just be you know, with the music playing though, and they like, you know what I'm saying? Is is that sort of like what some of that type of stuff? When you say it's like the root of everything, like
what I'm saying is, you know, because it's your natural movement. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you have. Okay, so here's how I do for people who want to study capoeira, and you don't have time, you can't study up on the master day continuously. I've trained my mind when I'm in class, strip everything away, the bare minimum. How do you do this movement with the bare minimum speed, the bare minimum strength? How do you do this? Because that's going to show you how to do it safely. Then after I do that, I do that in class. But when I leave class and I go and I put my movement on top of the bare minimum, and there's my style, there's my flavor. So I put my ginga, my flavor into the foundation that was given. But while I'm in class, I think class. Button up, boom, boom, boom. I'm studying. I'm focused. I pay a lot of money. I came a long way. I don't care what nobody say. They speaking another language I can barely understand. I ain't got time for nothing. I gotta get everything because it's gonna be like 4-5 more months before I get around it again. So I take the bare minimum, and chew that up at the house, and then I put on top of who I am and where I'm from. You know, so that's a good way of breaking it down. I got you. I understand that. And so that's the reason why I want to get it to capoeira and get capoeira to people, because that's just in the movement, because I'm a mover. I'm also saying, man, I found my voice, dude. Like
you can sing now.
Yeah, man, I can say I got instruments I'm carrying, I'm playing and singing. I'm like,
I see you brought something with you, man. Hit him with something real quick.
This is the bidding bow.
Man, it look like a weed pipe. I know, right? Show on the bottom of it. Lift and hold it up. It look like a big old weed pipe.
This is the amplifier. This old school amplifier. The sound come out of this part right here. So
shit.
So okay. So let me make sure I do this part. I'm Coach Cherokee, Aaron Cherokee Ellison. I study Capoeira Angola Palmares under Master de Gulliver. And this is a bidding bow. And the first stroke is and so one thing I like about the songs that I'm finding out is they come from a strength. Like I know when it comes to blackness, we always like tied, beat up, we gotta hang in there, stick out, blah blah blah. One day it's gonna happen. But they have a whole nother aspect that comes like, yeah, I'm black, but it don't even matter, like minha pele negra, como a negra própria noite, como as macas dois açote, Dios negros quilombola, amado lamentável. Hoje eu sou livre, mas não posso esquecer que pra livre hoje eu sei, muita gente já morreu. Não arrebota, é lamento que passou, tudo na vida esquece, tempo não apagou. This is go on and like different songs or whatever, but you see, just put your energy into it, you know.
Damn, hold on, man, hold on. What language is that you
That's
speaking?
Portuguese. Portuguese, yeah.
Man, you spitting that shit like Bone Thugs, man. I'm talking about, man, that shit coming out like Bone Thugs.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you see how it carries, you know what I mean? It just like, and it has a disregard to the tempo, and yeah, man. And even playing it and singing it is difficult because I'm a mover. I'm not a singer. I'm not a, stereotypically speaking.
Yeah.
I didn't come up in a hip hop realm through music like that. I came up through the breaking world, the movement world. And so now to play music and sing, and then sing past the bar structure in which I'm used to. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Boom.
1, 2, 3.
Boom,
It
yeah.
makes your mind just open up and count on a different spectrum while you playing at the same. It's just, yeah, man, like I said, man, it's a lot of different stuff. So when people ask what is capoeira, it's huge, man.
I got you.
It's
I got
huge.
You. It's the next level. Yeah.
It's like
The original level.
one reason why I go so hard with capoeira is a part of my bloodline was enslaved and brought to the Americas. The only difference from my ancestors being there and here was the fact that somebody else decided. So then that make them my kinfolk. You know what I mean? Like that's my cousin them down there. This is what they came up with. And so that's what I connect with capoeira. And so you got to find your own connection. You know what I mean? Because people going to try to take it away. Oh, please believe. People try to take it. Oh, you just a little black American boy. You don't need this. I'm like, nah. Well, let's get in order. I actually wrote a song about how I don't speak Portuguese. That's my first song. I wrote a song about how I don't speak Portuguese. And I said, you can judge me if you like. But I'm maybe born from the land of the free, but I'm stolen just like you. Your captors speak Portuguese, mine speak English. So if you want to communicate, we can talk in the Horda, and I like to play Capoeira Angola. And then I go into a song like that.
Boom. Well, you always been on the next level, man. Always.
Got to push it forward. They behind us.
I feel you,
They're
bro.
trying to catch us.
I feel you,
trying
bro.
to take our essence.
I feel you, bro.
gotta
It's really motivating, bro.
Man, you motivated, man.
Yeah. But
you.
you know what I'm saying? We got to push. Iron sharpens iron.
Man, that
you
dope.
feel me?
That
Like that's
dope.
what we always, iron sharpens iron.
Yeah.
And that's just cool to be able, because I'm finna go check this shit out.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
feel me? Like I've been hearing it, but like you said, I don't really know what it is. Like I support you, bro, but I don't know what's going on. But that's why I was like, well, let me talk to him.
Thank you.
Because I know it's something
Thank you.
that I can do to help. Like then
yeah.
I'm hearing, I'm like, this might be something I need to get into. Like check it out, because I'm up on it. I love history. I love knowing the truth about shit. And now I feel like I'm behind. Like I feel like I don't know. I gotta, but now I just got informed. You feel me? So I'm gonna definitely
that's
check
what
it out.
you do. That's why I appreciate you. Because you keep me informed of what's going on, man. Like when I'm studying this stuff, like look, I failed Spanish in high school for everybody who wants to know. All right, so this is hard for me. You know what I mean? And I have to get in. I have to study. But you keep me connected to what's going on. You know what I mean? You keep me the chitlin circle. I'm like, okay, cool, boom, boom. It's like I don't have time to find it, but you finding them for me and you bring it out. So I really appreciate you. You allow me to be able to do this because I don't want to be disconnected.
Yeah.
Because if I disconnect, then when I come back, guess what? I come back disconnected. Now I got to get reconnected. So this is wonderful what you're doing, man. Like
it's to me what I'm doing ain't nothing but the you know how we used to get a CD, man, and you could open it up and read all the stuff in there. Be like, damn, okay, like he made the song. Damn, I ain't know he made that. He played the piano on that. Babyface was on that motherfucker.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, they ain't got that no more. So I feel like this is that, and that's what I was into. On the low back in the day, like I liked to know. The facts about the shit, like, that ain't his first song. Like, he got to tape 8 Ball MJG made it coming out hard before it even came out.
I know, right?
They had another one, the beat was different. Like, I like to know all that little stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I'm going to check it out, man. I'm going to definitely check it out. And, but yeah, we don't want this to be the last time you come, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't let it be the last time. Anytime you got something you pushing, the platform always open for you. Just hit me up, we'll get a date. And we rocking, dog. You feel me? So, yeah, man, y'all just heard it. The second interview of the year, man.
Appreciate it.
Coach Cherokee, man. Coach Cherokee in the chitlin circuit, man. You just heard the facts.
The best place to be, the chitlin circuit. I'm telling you, ain't nothing more gratifying than being in the chitlin circuit. Sorry.
Boom. All right, man.